Welcome to a land where history echoes through the desert winds, where colossal monuments defy the passing of time, and where the past seems more vivid than the present. This is Egypt, a country that has fascinated travelers, scholars, and dreamers for centuries. From the golden sands of the Sahara to the lush banks of the Nile, Egypt is more than just a destination. It's an experience, an awakening, a time capsule of the human journey. Today, we invite you on a journey to explore not just the iconic landmarks, but the heart and soul of Egypt, through its ancient history, its vibrant culture, and the stories of people whose lives are shaped by its legacy. Egypt's legacy stretches back over 5,000 years, making it one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations. The unification of Upper and Lower Egypt by King Narmer marked the dawn of the Pharaonic Age, a period that would shape the course of humanity in art, architecture, governance, and science. Ancient Egyptians developed a complex writing system, hieroglyphics, and made early advancements in medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. They charted the stars long before telescopes existed and built temples aligned with celestial bodies. Let us step back in time, over 5 millennia. Egypt's timeline is one of the most detailed in the ancient world. Rising from the sands of Giza, the Great Pyramid of Khufu is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. Built over 4,500 years ago, using over 2.3 million stone blocks, the Great Pyramid's construction methods still inspire awe and debate. Next to it, the Pyramid of Khafra and the Pyramid of Menkaure complete the timeless skyline. And guarding them all, the Great Sphinx, with its lion body and human face, stares eternally toward the east. To ancient Egyptians, death was not the end. It was a passage. The afterlife was central to their belief system, and the pyramids were more than tombs. They were spiritual launch pads for pharaohs to ascend into eternity. This belief gave rise to intricately decorated tombs, filled with spells from the Book of the Dead, personal possessions and elaborate mummification, a technique that preserved the body for thousands of years. The goal: to ensure that the soul, or Ka, could recognize and return to its physical form in the afterlife. For Egypt, the Nile wasn't just a river, it was the lifeline of a nation. Stretching over 6,600 kilometers, it provided water, food, transportation, and fertile soil. Every year it flooded, bringing nutrients that made Egypt the breadbasket of the ancient world. Life in ancient Egypt was structured around the Nile's rhythm: planting, harvesting, and celebration. Even today, the river remains a central artery, linking past and present. On the east bank of the Nile lies Luxor, once known as Thebes. Here we find the Karnak temple complex, a vast city of columns, chapels, and obelisks dedicated to the god Amun-Ra. Just south stands the Luxor temple, illuminated at night, revealing ancient inscriptions that echo stories of pharaohs and divine rituals. Across the river, hidden in desert cliffs, lies the Valley of the Kings, final resting place of New Kingdom rulers, including Tutankhamun, whose intact tomb was discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, revealing treasures beyond imagination. Few ancient civilizations gave women the level of respect and autonomy seen in Egypt. Queens like Nefertiti, known for her beauty and power, and Hatshepsut, who ruled as pharaoh for over 20 years, broke gender norms and held immense political influence. Goddesses like Isis, Hathor, and Maat represented motherhood, love, justice, and cosmic order, core values in Egyptian belief. Women could own land, inherit wealth, and even divorce, rights not common in other ancient societies. Near Egypt's southern border, two colossal temples carved into rock mark Abu Simbel, built by Ramses II. What makes Abu Simbel even more remarkable is its modern story. In the 1960s, when the Aswan High Dam threatened to submerge it, an international effort dismantled and moved the entire site, block by block, to higher ground. A triumph of both ancient engineering and modern preservation. Cairo, Egypt's sprawling capital, is a sensory experience. The call to prayer echoing across rooftops, spices wafting through bustling bazaars, and the sound of traffic weaving through ancient streets. At its heart lies the Egyptian Museum, home to over 120,000 artifacts, including the golden mask of Tutankhamun. Soon, the Grand Egyptian Museum, near Giza, will become the world's largest archaeological museum, housing the full tomb collection of the Boy King and new exhibits never before seen by the public. On Egypt's Mediterranean coast lies Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BC. Once home to the legendary Library of Alexandria, the city was a center of knowledge and learning for centuries. Today, the ultra-modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina stands as a tribute to that ancient wisdom, housing millions of books and drawing scholars from across the globe. While Egypt honors its past, it's also forging a future. The new administrative capital outside Cairo features cutting-edge design, wide boulevards, and eco-friendly infrastructure. Egyptian cuisine, with dishes like koshari, fuel madams, and molokhia, reflects a blend of tradition and regional flavor. And from the Red Sea resorts of Sharm el-Sheikh to the desert oases of Siwa, Egypt offers breathtaking landscapes and warm hospitality. Tourism data reveals the top spots visitors seek, and no surprise, the Giza Plateau leads the charge. But no photo, no documentary, no virtual tour can prepare you for the moment you stand before the Great Pyramid. Many visitors are overcome with emotion. Some even cry. Because in that moment, it's not just a monument you're looking at, it's a connection to something eternal. But beyond the awe these monuments inspire, they also generate billions for the Egyptian economy. In fact, tourism alone supports more than 10% of the country's GDP. When Egypt captures the world's imagination, it doesn't just rise in prestige, it rises in real numbers. Tourism in Egypt has always been a major economic pillar, but its journey hasn't been without disruptions. In 2017, just over 8 million tourists visited the country. That number steadily rose to 11.3 million in 2018 and peaked at 13 million in 2019 as Egypt gained popularity again on the global stage. But then 2020 hit. The pandemic caused a dramatic drop. Only 3.7 million visitors arrived that year. A tiny bar and a heavy loss. Fortunately, the recovery began in 2021, with numbers climbing to 5.5 million, then 8 million in 2022. By 2023, Egypt welcomed over 11.7 million tourists, nearly returning to pre-COVID levels. A story of resilience, culture, and the world's eternal fascination with Egypt's wonders. Egypt is a story written in stone and sand, in sun and stars, in the memory of humankind. From the whispers of the past to the pulse of the present, it invites us to explore not just its land, but our place in the great tapestry of time. This is Egypt. This is eternity, carved into the earth, shining under the desert sun, waiting for you to discover it.